Hey, what's happening, everybody? Sean Kitzman from Sustainable Massage Practices. In today's video, I'm going to cover a topic that was actually a question to me in my last video by Robby Frank. He asked me how I stay passionate in my work and in my videos. My number one rule for that is I never talk about anything that I don't know and I'm passionate about. If I'm not passionate about something, then it's not. I'm not an authority to speak on it for myself. So then what happens is that I will start to create ways to try and make myself sound like I'm passionate, or I also can lose a little focus as well and start to become inauthentic. In our work as massage therapists and healthcare practitioners, one of the things that's lacking in the traditional medical system is that passion. How often you go in for whatever the consult is, and the person barely looks at you, they check off boxes, and they're gone. It's very rare that you find someone who's really passionate and engaged with you when you go in. So on my priority list when clients come in to see me is making sure that I'm doing work that I'm super passionate about, that I'm excited about, and that I want to learn more about. I want to learn from my clients. I want my clients to bring in stuff that causes me to want to get better. When I've decided that I no longer want to get better, it's time for me to hang up the reins and get out of Dodge. I need to go find something else to do, because I think that passion is a super important piece in our work. It's actually what sells our work to other people. When you're passionate and when you're engaged, people feel that. I've been in Minneapolis for 6 weeks now. I've been seeing clients for about 3 or 4 weeks. Today, I had a client come in on her second appointment. I saw her last week, and she had a disectomy a year ago. She's also another healthcare practitioner, and last week we did some really cool work with her, and she saw great benefit out of that work. So she actually told 2 of her clients about me, because one had some nerve pain that she thought that I might be able to help out, and the other one had a disectomy 2 years ago, so a year previous to hers. So if I'm just kind of going through the motions and not really doing anything that I'm excited about, then what happens is that I give a subpar performance. And nobody wants to talk about subpar performances, and if they do talk about subpar performances, what do they say? They see some really bad shit about your work, and that's what you don't want. This is what I tell my clients, and this is what I want as a coach too. As a coach, I want people who talk about me in ways that is really exciting to them. So in my practice, my goal is that they drink the Sean Kool-Aid. They are compelled to go talk to other people about my work. My work is so good, that's my intention, my work is so good that they have to go talk to other people. In my consulting practice, that's exactly what I want too. I want to help you produce results for yourself that are so good that you have a friend of yours that's maybe in the same place that you were before we started working together, and you see them struggling, and you're like, dang, man, you got to go talk to Sean, because Sean helped me with X, Y, and Z. And that's what happens in my clients. I get calls, back when I was in Michigan, I would get calls all the time. Hey, I just talked to so-and-so, and they told me that I have to call their guy. I'm not even a massage therapist anymore. I'm their guy. I'm the guy that they come and see when they're injured, right? I'm the guy that gets them back on the field if they're injured. And I'm the guy that they refer people to. And that's exactly what you want in your work. So if you're a relaxation massage therapist and you work with, upper middle class to affluent people, and your number one goal for them is you want to give them the most kick-ass relaxing massage on the face of the planet, and you provide that for them, you provide them an hour and a half where they can completely unplug from their stresses in their day-to-day job and their day-to-day life, and you give them just that little recharge, man, they're going to go tell people about that. And that's what you want. You want people talking about your work. And if you're not passionate then they're not going to talk about your work. And if you start doing stuff outside of that passion, you know what's going to happen? You're going to give subpar performances. How do I know? Because I did it myself. I tried on every freaking hat within the industry almost. Except for I didn't really get into hot rocks or aromatherapy because I knew that wasn't my jam right away, right? I could just tell. But I tried everything on. And what I came back to was the type of work that I do now. And by the way, I was actually introduced to the type of work that I do now early on in my career, and I passed it by. The type of work I do now is a little more specific, but I was still introduced to it, right? I let like 11 years go by before I picked it back up again. And back when I was in Michigan, I ran a cash-based, referral-based practice. That's all I did. No advertising, no website, a Facebook page, no business cards, no flyers around town. I wasn't giving shit away for free, right? So, that's the type of business that you want, because that's the type of business that will sustain you in any economy. And again, if you've listened to me say Michigan a couple times and you do some digging around, about 8 to 10 years ago, we were in one of the worst economic recessions in my lifetime. That the 70s oil embargo was pretty rough on Michigan as well. But we were struggling. People were leaving Michigan like rats off a sinking ship or a burning ship, right? So you want work that you're passionate about. You want to do work that just really excites you. You get out of bed in the morning, you're like, damn, I'm ready to go. You should never look at the clock and think, man, I got 3 more hours left today and it's only Tuesday, right? You shouldn't be counting down the hours till the weekend, because if you are, you either need to get out of the industry or you need to start really digging in and asking yourself the more important question is, what is super important work that I'm passionate about? So wanted to drop that by here for you because I thought that Robby asked a great question. Thanks again, Robby. I really enjoyed interacting with you, and I hope that our conversations and maybe even this video helps to clarify that a little bit. So we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. It's Tuesday. And remember, practice makes improvement.